Kung Fu cinema movies influenced and changed the way action movies are made and directed. It eventually spilled over into Western cinema. Movies like Enter the Dragon or Fist of Fury were produced in Hollywood around 1975. In present time, while Asian filmmakers were creating crossover hits such as House of Flying Daggers and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, American directors began adding kung fu sequences in their action scenes. Movies like The Matrix, The Phantom Menace, and Kill Bill wear the kung fu influences proudly on their sleeves, indicating just how influential the genre has become. Kung Fu cinema has been around for about only 100 years. There was a boom in wuxia films and action films in Shanghai in the late 1920s. The popularity of these crude films alarmed the Chinese government, which moved to shut down many of the studios which specialized in martial arts films. Some of the people involved in the Shanghai productions immigrated to Hong Kong in the 1930s and began to produce films there. Then, World War II came. It greatly impacted the film industry. It caused the local film industry to go out of business, and many actors and filmmakers either joined the anti-Japanese resistance or simply dropped out of sight. The people of Hong Kong slowly put itself together after the war that had terrorized many countries. Immediately after the aftermath of the war, waves of refugees continued to pour into Hong Kong. Alliances were forged, deals were struck, and production resumed around the 1940s. Some of the very first Kung Fu movie directors were Ren Ping-Yen and Wu Lizhu. Ren Ping-Yen and Wu Lizhu have first introduced Kung Fu into theater. Ren, now known in Cantonese dialect as Yan Ping-Yen, and his wife worked together on two films released early in 1947. Lady Robin Hood, one of the movies made, retells the classic story in a traditional Chinese setting. Another very well-known director was Wu Peng, the director of the Wong Feng-hung action films. Wu Peng also moved from Shanghai to Hong Kong in 1936. His family was originally from Guangdong province. At some point, Wu must have developed a serious interest in wushu, because it was around this time that he had the idea of making a realistic film that would showcase Southern Chinese martial arts. Wushu practitioners divide the arts broadly into northern and southern styles. Nakhuan, or southern boxing, relies on low stances and powerful hand strikes, while the northern styles are more acrobatic. Wu Peng wanted to make a film that would showcase southern Chinese culture along with kung fu techniques, and his solution was to commission a screenplay based on the life of one of the most famous Cantonese martial artists of all time, the Hung Gar master and healer, Wong Fei-hung. Wong was the epitome of Confucian values like patriotism and righteousness. To fulfill his vision, Wu cast the genuine martial artist Quan Tek Heng in the lead role and surrounded him with an able cast. The film's credits include a grand total of 5 martial arts consultants: Yun Wen Kwai, Poon Kwai Yat, Chan Hong Chung, Wu Wan Fei, and Wu Peng Hing. This at the time when the choreographers were generally uncredited. The resulting film, The Story of Wong Feng-hung, Part 1 and Part 2, was immensely successful, and Wu Peng found his life's work. He directed a total of 59 films about Wong, and the series was extended by the work of many other directors.
Quote, 100 Chinese men in white outfits are fighting 100 Chinese men in black outfits. In the foreground, Bruce Lee is standing stock still. If that doesn't raise the hair at the back of your neck, then you probably brought the wrong book. Bruce Lee is known to be one of the most influential kung fu actors in the world. He influenced many things in the world, from breakdancing to rapping. But what he influenced the most was kung fu industry of America and many other kung fu actors. Bruce Lee, born in San Francisco in 1940, aside from the sheer physical grace of his fighting sequence, Bruce brought to the screen a charisma that has rarely been matched. Many later martial arts heroes failed because the camera finds him uninteresting while they are not jumping or kicking or punching. The only person who came close to Bruce Lee's magnitude is Jackie Chan. Quote, Bruce Lee kick high, I kick low. Bruce Lee was serious, I'm comedy. This is what Jackie Chan said, giving a brief history of Jackie. When he was 18, he was sold by his parents to Yun Jin Yun, who enrolled Jackie into his school, Peking Opera Academy. Jackie described the situation in the school that, quote, it was bad. If I tell you how bad it was, maybe you won't believe me. If you were naughty, if you didn't train hard enough, you were beaten. At night, we all slept under one blanket. That blanket, man has slept on it. Dog has slept on it. Jackie had his first taste of the actor's life as one of the Seven Little Fortune troupe. He made his first appearance in 1962. He was only 8 years old and played in a movie called Big and Little Wong Tin Bar. Jackie was a great kung fu actor who greatly influenced American movies. In present time, Jackie brought kung fu into the comedy and action genre of American movies. He played in movies like Rush Hour and the sequels Shanghai Nights and Shanghai New, and many other movies. This is how Jackie shows America that kung fu movies had an influence in the American movie were directed. Kung fu movies made in America was influenced greatly by kung fu movies made in Hong Kong. Thanks to American directors, kung fu in movies has greatly changed too. Let's take a look at an old kung fu movie made by the Shaw brothers.
Mr. Chow, you're mistaken. I came to you on a peaceful mission. I won't fight you. You have to. So you will fight.
Now compared to the kung fu movies made now. In conclusion, this shows how the kung fu genre has influenced American movies and shows how American directors have greatly changed the way kung fu action movies were directed.